We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom. They didn't even think, they didn't have the forethought to even say, this is what our story is going to be, and we need to stick to it. This is what our alibi is going to be, and we need to stick to it.
The WNBA just launched an investigation into alleged racist comments. But here's the problem. There's no real evidence. Now, Chicago Sky head coach Tyler Marsh may have unintentionally exposed the truth. What he did, or didn't hear, during the game could change everything. Did Marsh just blow the lid off this controversy?
There was actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today, and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese spoke.
In a bombshell statement, Marsh contradicted Angel Reese's story directly. So why is the WNBA launching a full investigation based on nothing but social media rumors? No video, no audio, no eyewitness accounts. Meanwhile, Reese's own social media post doesn't exactly line up with the victim image being pushed. If you're backing Indiana, drop a "I've got the fever" in the comments. This one's heating up.
More notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten since this whole can of worms was opened, other than the actual statement.
Coach Tyler Marsh said 6 words that flipped the narrative. I heard when everyone else did. He was courtside the whole game, yet only found out when Twitter did. He even added, "We're just being forthcoming with whatever the league wants to do." Translation: they saw the same tweets as everyone else.
About investigation, what your team is going to investigation. Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're, in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're compliant with everything that's going on.
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
The Sky organization didn't witness anything during the game. They're responding to the same social media posts we all saw. Not one player mentioned it during the game, not in timeouts, not during substitutions.
Just a quick follow-up on it. Just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, that's kind of what it is.
Were you learning this throughout the game or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing game plan-wise against Indiana.
Not a single Sky player said anything during the game. No mention of fan comments in timeouts or substitutions. The Sky are responding to the same online rumors we all saw. Nothing more.
But the telling admission is, I found out when everyone else did. When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
Still, the WNBA announced a full-blown investigation. Their statement condemned racism, rightfully so, but left out one key thing: proof. The game was nationally televised with multiple camera angles and courtside mics. Reporters heard everything, except these alleged slurs. No fan videos, no security reports. So what is this investigation really based on?
That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no nothing to substantiate the alleged hateful fan comments or fan misconduct, or however you want to label it, which makes me question mightily what the investigation is based on. And I would love to hear on the record what the investigation is based on, because based on all the information we have, the leading theory has to be, it's based on the social media nonsense.
It's 2024. Every fan has a smartphone, courtside mics catch everything, and cameras never stop rolling. Yet somehow, not a single shred of evidence supports these racist comment claims. No videos, no reports, no crowd warnings. So what exactly is the WNBA investigating?
There was another post from an account that I think now went private or deactivated that alleged things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not. Whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up. And if that is indeed the case, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It really, really now seems like this is based on social media, and that the social media stuff was based on Sky fans online who couldn't handle getting the belt to the ass, who couldn't handle the beating that the Indiana Fever put out on the Sky there.
Ask yourself, who benefits from this story? The scoreboard says it all. Indiana 93, Chicago 58. The Sky got blown out, and Angel Reese was outplayed. So instead of facing the loss, a new narrative emerged. The WNBA took Twitter buzz and turned it into an investigation with zero in-game proof. That's not just careless, it's suspicious.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate.
Interview 8, go back and watch the game. With 4:38 left in the third, Caitlin Clark was called for a flagrant one on Reese. But here's what matters. Reese didn't react to the crowd. She got up and went straight for Clark. If she had heard something from the fans, wouldn't she have turned toward them instead?
There is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
And not one player pointed to the crowd. No coach talked to the refs. The officials didn't stop the game. Everyone treated the moment like a typical physical foul. The body language said it all. This was about basketball, not fan behavior. No one acted like they heard anything inappropriate.
After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was gonna sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
While Twitter ran wild with rumors, the Fever were running up the scoreboard. They destroyed the Sky 93-58. That kind of domination stings, and emotions naturally boil over. The Clark-Reese moment? It wasn't about alleged fan comments. It was about Chicago getting humiliated on their home court.
Oh, Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago. First things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's hear Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Hate speech.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA.
Let's also watch the nervous body language, the nervous twitching. Yeah.
Our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is great.
After a brutal 35-point loss, Angel Reese shifted the story from the scoreboard to the stands, alleging racist comments from fans. But during the game, her anger was clearly aimed at Caitlin Clark, not the crowd. Then came the TikTok calling Clark the white gal running from the fade. The game may have been physical, but the controversy, purely manufactured.
What do you think of the league's response, just coming out right away and getting that investigation going?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, they understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect and want to come to work and just have fun and have a great environment to work at. So I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to.
Were you able to?
Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical of you.
Post-game interview, Reese doubled down, claiming it was tough to hear certain things. But here's the catch. No one heard anything. No coaches, no refs, no players, zero support. And her victim. Tone clashed hard with her earlier trash talk online. The narrative just doesn't add up.
And like Caitlin said, she answered it perfectly. She said, I didn't hear her say anything, but that doesn't mean anything happened. But now, when you have Caitlin saying that and Bree Turner saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Stephanie White saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Kyler Marsh saying he found out when everyone else did, and myself, and no one, who was courtside, no cameras, no video, no nothing. What else are we supposed to think? Especially when the entire thing is vague. Especially when the line of questioning to Angel Reese is vague.
Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, took the high road. She said there's no room for hate in the game, but also made it clear she didn't hear anything inappropriate herself. No theatrics, no drama, just pure professionalism from a player who let her game do the talking.
No one in those first few questions asked Angel what she saw or heard. Now, according to James Boyd of The Athletic, he said that she was later asked, were you able to give the WNBA details of where the general vicinity was you heard stuff? And she said that's not a me question, meaning it wasn't for her. Then later somebody asked, what would you like the league to do with those fans? And Sky PR interrupted, saying she already answered that.
There's a pattern here. When Clark dominates, Reese deflects. From mocking gestures in the national title game to now stirring up controversy after a blowout. It's always the same script. Clark shines, Reese shifts the spotlight.
But I really wish she would, first someone would ask her, and then, I think when she said it's hard to hear, meaning it's hard to hear as like you don't like to hear, or you couldn't actually hear. Just the whole vague aspect of it, and just kind of everybody just going along with it. When I don't know if there's anything to actually go along with.
This game drew 2.7 million viewers, the most for a WNBA regular season matchup in 25 years. A historic night. But instead of celebrating that milestone, we're stuck dissecting unproven accusations. The Fever let the scoreboard talk. The Sky leaned into distraction. But fans, they saw the truth. Clark soared and Reese deflected.
But right now, it is not a good look. It is certainly not a good look. Especially after the season just started and you get record ratings. You get record ratings. Caitlin Clark's back playing awesome basketball, gets a triple-double. Fever looked great. And somehow it appears a couple of Twitter trolls have completely dictated the coverage of the WNBA.
Every time Angel Reese gets outplayed, a new controversy conveniently appears. While Caitlin Clark locks in, elevates her game, and keeps pushing the league forward, Reese leans into victimhood, and her fan base follows, launching baseless attacks on Clark and her supporters. One rises above the noise, the other creates it.
Hey Angel, how is it like dealing with the environment of people calling you all those names? Oh, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Oh, Angel, how did it feel? How did you push through that? Oh, well, obviously it's hard to hear. Wait, did it happen to you, or did you not hear anything happen to you? That's very interesting.
The WNBA's No Space for Hate initiative is being twisted into a shield. Criticize Reese's 4 for 16 shooting night, and you're labeled a hater. No one's allowed to ask tough questions. Meanwhile, Clark just keeps breaking records. No theatrics, no excuses, just elite basketball.
Angel Reese, the WNBA came out and got ahead of any type of wrongdoing and are starting their own investigation. Can you please tell us what was said? Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table? Angel, when you were acting like a complete unhinged lunatic, can you please tell us what the families of four were screaming at you from the stands? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to assume that this is a whole entire hoax, is it not, Angel? Angel, do you think the WNBA is the most unserious basketball league in the history of the world? Next question. Oh.
Lost in the Noise was a masterclass performance by the Indiana Fever. Lexi Hull gave her all with 9 points and 9 boards. Aaliyah Boston went off with 19 and 13. Dana Bonner made history, and Indiana as a whole shot 47% while locking the Sky down to just 29%. That's what fans really came to see.
58 points. 30 whatever point win. You know, embarrassing. They got embarrassed, and now this reaction is embarrassing. I almost can't believe it's real.
The WNBA launched a full investigation based on nothing but tweets. Even the Sky's head coach admitted he didn't hear anything until after the game, same as the rest of us. So what actually happened? Indiana embarrassed Chicago by 35. The Fever played with poise and power. Reese in the Sky? Zero accountability. If you stand with Indiana, drop a "I've got the Fever" in the comments and get ready, because this team is just heating up.